Welcome to the Brain Gym Daily. Imagine your mind as a muscle. Just like any other muscle in your body, if you don't train it, it becomes weak and fatigued. But when you work on it, push it, and stretch it, it grows stronger, sharper, and more efficient. Today, we are going to talk about how certain mental habits can quietly drain your energy, leaving you mentally exhausted even before you get out of bed. But the good news is, just like any muscle, you can train your mind to overcome these energy-sapping habits and boost your mental stamina. Let's dive into how your brain works. Our brains are hardwired to save energy, which means they tend to form habits that allow us to go on autopilot. While this is efficient for things like brushing your teeth or driving a familiar route, not all habits are helpful. Some, in fact, are slowly draining your energy reserves without you even noticing. The first habit? Overthinking. Have you ever found yourself caught in a mental loop, going over the same problem again and again? Overthinking is like doing bicep curls all day. At some point, it's no longer effective, just exhausting. Your brain uses more glucose when it's working on tough problems, and overthinking keeps it in a constant state of high alert. What happens? You burn out faster. Instead of letting thoughts spiral, try practicing cognitive closure. Make a decision, stick with it, and move forward. It's like giving your brain a rest day after an intense workout, necessary for recovery and future growth. Next up is mental clutter. Think of your mind as a desk. When it's cluttered with too many tasks, worries, or ideas, it's hard to focus on any one thing. Studies show that mental overload can lead to cognitive fatigue. Essentially, your brain feels full. One of the best ways to clear this mental desk is to write things down. The act of writing helps offload unnecessary information, allowing your mind to focus on what's most important. Just like how athletes prioritize recovery days to avoid overtraining, clearing mental clutter is a form of brain recovery, allowing you to think more clearly and make better decisions. Then there's negative self-talk. If your thoughts are constantly tearing you down, it's like trying to run a marathon with ankle weights. This kind of thinking increases cortisol levels, the stress hormone, which can lead to exhaustion and a drop in motivation. Imagine if you replace those weights with something lighter, something more empowering. By practicing self-compassion and reframing your internal dialogue, you're giving your brain the equivalent of a new, efficient fuel source. Start by recognizing negative thoughts and counteracting them with evidence that supports your strengths. Over time, this rewiring of your brain will make self-compassion your go-to mode, lightening the load you carry every day. Another silent energy thief is perfectionism. Striving for perfection is like trying to hit a moving target. It's mentally exhausting, and often, it's unattainable. Perfectionism keeps your brain in a constant state of tension, never allowing it to rest. In physiological terms, it's like trying to hold a plank position indefinitely. At some point, your muscles will give out. Instead of aiming for perfection, aim for progress. Shift your mindset from, "I need to be perfect," to "I need to be better than I was yesterday." This small mental shift not only reduces stress, but also increases your capacity to grow. Now, let's talk about multitasking. Multitasking might seem efficient, but in reality, it's more like trying to juggle weights. It slows you down and makes you more prone to mistakes. When your brain shifts between tasks, it loses focus and has to reset each time, a process that uses up even more energy. Research shows that multitasking can reduce productivity by up to 40%. Instead, try single tasking. Give your full attention to one task at a time. Think of it as doing focused strength training. Just like how isolating one muscle group yields better results, concentrating on one task boosts both efficiency and mental energy. Next, we have comparison. We live in an era where it's easier than ever to compare ourselves to others, but this habit can sap your energy like a slow leak in a tire. When you compare your life, your success, or your happiness to someone else's, you divert energy that could be used for self-growth. This is similar to the way distractions during a workout lessen the impact of the exercise. To combat this, focus on your own progress and goals. Celebrate small wins. Your journey is yours alone. And just like a personalized workout plan, your mental fitness should be tailored to your own needs and growth. Let's not forget procrastination. It's the mental equivalent of skipping leg day. Sure, it feels good in the moment, but eventually, you pay the price. Procrastination builds mental clutter, increases stress, and leads to that dreaded last-minute rush, which is energy zapping. To beat procrastination, break tasks down into smaller, manageable steps. Just like building muscle, it's about consistent, small efforts over time. Tackle one task at a time and experience how much lighter and more energized your mind feels. Lastly, worrying about things you can't control is a major energy drain. It's like running on a treadmill and expecting to move forward. You put in all the effort, but get nowhere. Worrying not only uses up mental resources but also increases anxiety, which further depletes your energy reserves. To combat this, identify what you can control and focus your energy there. Redirecting your mental energy to actionable tasks is like switching from a treadmill to an open road. Suddenly, all that effort is actually taking you somewhere. So, what's the takeaway here? Just as you'd strengthen your body through targeted workouts, you can build mental strength by being mindful of these habits. Awareness is the first step, but action is what leads to change. By reprogramming how your mind works, clearing mental clutter, focusing on progress over perfection, and letting go of unnecessary comparisons, you're training your brain to conserve energy and thrive. The mind, like any other part of your body, is a powerful tool. With the right habits, it can become your greatest asset. But left unchecked, those small everyday habits can drain your energy and leave you feeling stuck. So, think of today as the first step in your mental fitness journey. Small changes can lead to incredible transformations. Thank you for tuning in to the Brain Gym Daily. Now, it's your turn. What's one mental habit you can work on today to build a stronger, healthier mind? Let's start a conversation in the comments, and together, let's train our minds for greatness.